Okay, this is going to be a quick and informative video about why I personally will not be blocking any celebrities and my reasoning into going into that, because just kidding. I saw somebody do that on TikTok, and they were talking about how reasons why I will never block Kim Kardashian. She's just too cool. Just kidding. I thought that was so great. I'm like, that is such a great intro, because I was really like, tell me your reasons, because that's crazy. But yes, okay, I'm here to talk about everything. And it's so fascinating to me that this is going on. And I feel really, it's such a complex issue, but it's also super simple. It's not hard to get. Yeah, right now TikTok is on this solidarity to block celebrities and influencers who they feel have been silent on the whole Gaza issue, the entire Palestinian, pro-Palestine, stopping the ceasefire, all of that. Anyone who hasn't really spoken up, anyone who hasn't contributed, because it's kind of this wake-up moment where the Met Gala just happened, and we're looking at these wealthy people, and we're looking at all of this terrible things happening around the world, and we're realizing, hey, we don't want to do this. We don't want to play this game anymore. We want people to be serious and stop playing pretend and dressing up and doing all these things, which 1000% I'm impressed. Like, Gen Z is so Gen Z is so impressive, and the fact that they do these types of things with the power, the confidence, and the strength. Like, I'm just so proud of TikTok as an app, which is why I don't like it when people come for TikTok and say things about TikTok in a negative way. Social media is so powerful, and the way Gen Z has learned to use it as being the first group of people to really latch on to the app, not just the app, but social media in general. Or was that millennials? I don't know, but Gen Zs, they're pros. They're pros. They got to see technology evolve in such an interesting way. But yeah, and then once I was learning all this, I was like, heck yeah. And then I realized my TikTok has not been used in that way. It has not been used to uplift the movement. It has not been used in the way that it's supposed to be used. Like, for example, I am a person who happens to have 2.9 million people following them, which is crazy. It's a crazy number. And I look back on the videos that I made about the ceasefire, and they were months ago. It's been a long time. I have not made a video about it since. And honestly, if I'm being super, super honest, it was never my priority. I was always reposting. I was super active about it on Instagram, but on my biggest platform, I looked to be super silent on the issue, which bothered me to my core. I was like, wait, no, I am not this. Wait, whoa. And it really bothered me. And I just had to look at myself and be like, Joe, be honest with yourself. You haven't. And it's crazy because I feel like my audience is really young, middle school, high school. Most of my content is educational, about mental health. But really targets young people especially, and that is my primary audience. And I haven't been really bombarded with, why aren't you posting about these issues? So maybe subconsciously I felt like I didn't have to, which is laughable on my end, truly. And maybe because I was posting on Instagram, I felt like that was where I was really expressing myself, and I was really using whatever the heck my excuse might have been at the time. It's just not okay any further, especially now with everything going on. When I really think about it, about the platform that I have, I think about the fact that for all of 2023, I wasn't cracking over 2,000 views per video. I was essentially what you call flopping for a year. I didn't get a brand deal in a year. It's been over a year. But I just felt like, even though I had 2.9 million followers, I didn't have the views. I didn't have the engagement to really spread any message. I didn't feel confident to sell anything to my audience because I felt like my views just weren't there. And since posting about my own struggle with mental health, with anxiety, depression, whatever the heck, since posting about those, I've really found a community of people who have felt seen by that. And that was my focus the last month. And to see what's been going on, because I follow so many accounts on Instagram that post real videos, real photos, like day by day of what is happening. It is just something that is difficult to consume at a level where every time you open up your phone, it is something, and then you're learning about other things. And to be so comfortable, it all bothers me. It bothers me that you're subjected to all of these things when you maybe you're not doing well mentally, and you're being asked to not just open a door, but like when you're being asked to perform and do your parts, which 1,000% makes sense. And that bothers me, but it also bothers me that I'm in a house with AC, with food in my belly and in my fridge. That bothers me because I know who doesn't have that. And another thing that bothers me is the fact that it never ends. And then another thing that bothers me is the fact that it's not a natural disaster. This is all human hands. This is all human made. This is all, it's awful. And I was spending time with my nephew today, and he is literally 7 months old. And I remember the last thing I saw on Instagram was one of the photographers had posted a photo of a baby who had died. And it was one of those photos that had like the screen on it where you had to click to say, yes, hey, I'll look at this. It has a warning on it. And one of the worst photos I've ever seen of a child just completely torn apart. A baby, like I'm talking like had to be less than 6 months, probably 6 months. And I was looking at my nephew today and I was thinking, oh my God, we're so blessed. We're so blessed. And Joe, you didn't think you had to make a video? All I can do is call myself out. I'm not on any block list that I know of, but I do have 2.9 million followers. And I also need to hold myself accountable, even if no one else will, because what I do have is a conscience, and I'm human, and what I see is suffering, and all I can think of is how the heck are we okay with this happening in 2024? Truthfully, nobody's okay. And this idea to block celebrities, to tell them, hey, we don't want entertainment anymore, we want people to be okay, is so powerful. And all I can do is my part. I don't know, I can do as much as I can, without sitting here and explaining, oh, I did this, that, and the third. I've already done. That's crazy. But also, it's, who can I strangle? Like, who, I'm really proud of myself. I've gone through 8 minutes of this video and I haven't cried. This is good. This is, y'all don't know, I'm sensitive. Oh my God, because I'm thinking about one thing I don't play with is kids. Y'all, I don't play with kids. But things that are in our control are what we post, what we decide to repost, what we decide to engage with, what we decide to give our money to and not give our money to. Those are things we can control. And we speak as a multitude with that. So please don't be one of those people who says, it's not going to make a difference. Oh, ye of little faith. Please don't be one of those people. How can you not see, like, I don't even know how to explain it to you, that you may feel like you're a tiny little bead in the sand, but if I go and get a bucket and then I get 10 more and then I get a truck, you're gonna notice the difference. It works like that, little by little. And it's kind of like the story. Dang, what is the story? Where this the king asked him, like, I'm really gonna tell the story. The king asked him, like, okay, what do you want? I forget why. I think he might have saved his life. I don't remember what the kid did, but the kid was like, oh, I just want 1 grain of rice, and I want it to be multiplied every single day. And the king's like, that's literally nothing. Let's do it. That's literally nothing. A grain of rice that you want multiplied every day, that's pennies. So he's like, okay, I was gonna give you like $100, but you want 1 grain of rice? Okay. So obviously that grain of rice becomes 2, and then it becomes 4, and then it multiplies to the point where the king's like, oh my God, I'm out of rice. I owe everything to this kid. It's a trickle effect. It expands and it grows, and you are one of many. So it's crazy not to think that you would make any impact. I'm sorry, I got a text. But yeah, one thing that I used to love doing when I was a youth leader, and I was a youth leader for a long time. I was a youth leader for 25 years. And one thing that I loved doing was once a month. Was it once a month? Once a month, let's say it was once a month, we would choose an organization or something that they had, or if something critical had happened in the world, we would take all of the collected offerings. So if we were like a church-based youth group that took offerings, and instead of using that money to, like, I don't know, give the church a new fresh coat of paint, we would take that money and donate it. And this is something we did consciously, because otherwise that money would just go to, like, I don't know, like new band equipment, or, which is not bad, but I was like, let's use this money for something good. And it was a way to teach the kids how to be aware of the world around them and be active in it, and to feel like you're actually doing something. So we sponsored a kid, we donated to Kind, we donated to all the children's, we sent money to a family in Lebanon. We did all these things, and it was really great to see them participate, even if it was $1. But between all of us, we would make $20, or we would make $50. And that to me was just astounding, especially if you donate to the type of website that matches it. It really, really felt good to, like, share that with them. But this is something that I really, really want to bring to TikTok. And I'm excited to. And in terms of, like, going back to the celebrity block list and everything like that, it is so interesting to see where my values lied, especially when they would bring up people and I'm like, oh, but I love that person. Oh, but they're a good person. And to realize that they hadn't spoken up is just insane. I'm like, oh, wow, no idea. Totally didn't even realize. Some of, like, people I looked up to. And it's because this is real. Everyone thinks it's gonna go away. I certainly did. Everyone thought this was gonna go away. This was gonna be the thing of the moment. I'm so proud of Gen Z for sticking to something and being like, this started months ago. We're still talking about it. That is so great. I think maybe people of the older generation probably thought, oh, give them a few weeks, they'll stop talking about it. Give them a few weeks, they'll talk about something new. We're always talking. We are a generation of yappers. This is so good. And yeah. Okay, so there are a few things. There is Pass the Hat that's going on TikTok. There's the blocking celebrities and staying away from a lot of businesses and brands. Blocking brands. Blocking is just, I really feel like this is so fascinating and brand new. And there's, I mentioned Pass the Hat. There's a lot of initiatives going on. I believe it's called Olive Branch. I just followed them. I don't remember. But I'll try to put all the resources here on YouTube, and you can look into them and see if you can donate or repost or just get the word out there. If you are part of a church or some sort of organization or even a school and you want to start something, because that's what I definitely would have done if I was still leading my youth group, then do that. Be like, guys, this is happening. Let's take this month's earnings, or let's actually just all purposely put our hands in the hat and see what we can gather that's awesome as well. Do what you can. That's the point. Sí. Y eso es todo. Thank you for listening, and I hope to do better in the future, not just with my platforms, but with myself, and to be more hyper aware of what I'm posting on the internet. Thank you so much for following and watching. I hope to do better for you and for everyone. And te amo. Bye.